Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for popping in and checking on me. I'm officially in Willow, Alaska. I made it safely. And first things first, I'm gonna go hunt for some gold. Get some good scenery, see if we can find anything. And then at the end of the video, I'll give you a little tour of the property. But first I gotta sink a pan and see what's out there. Now I ran into a minor inconvenience in regards to shipping my pistol up here. Turns out Idaho does not ship firearms to a place unless you are a resident of the place it's being shipped to. So I have to be a resident of Alaska in order to ship my firearm from Idaho up to me. So I wish they would have told me that at the gun store before I shipped my gun. So I talked to some locals, got some advice. Everybody told me, do not go gold panning without a firearm. And I really thought about getting some bear mace, hoping that that would do for me. But every single person said, do not use bear mace. It doesn't work. I don't know how true that is. I'm not willing to risk my life on it at the moment. So I'm going to be sticking close to the roads. There's a lot of creeks that cross. So I might hit some culverts, creeks, rivers, whatever we can. But I'm going to be staying close to the highway, the main roads. I don't want to get eaten by bear. Fun little fact, I'm a kidney transplant patient. And so I'm a little more cautious of things than I may have been in my youth, where I might have just charged into the woods regardless of bear or moose. But I got my mama's kidney in me that she donated, so I gotta be responsible with that. But enough of this jibber jabber. Let me get you guys some good view. Hopefully some good gold in the pan. I'm going to be heading northeast between Willow and Talkeetna. I hope I'm saying that right. So just to give you a little reference of where I'm going to be heading. Well, I found a pretty cool little area just right off the highway. Let me give you a show. This place looks great. And this little creek goes for quite a ways down, still along the highway, so I can follow it. Just over there is a culvert that is a little hard to walk through, but I'm going to try to test pan both sides of it. So let's get to panning and see what's here. Well, there wasn't nothing in that creek. I couldn't believe it. And that's the only creek for a good ways. And I'm 25, 30 miles from Willow, so I'm just gonna double back and hit another culvert maybe along the way. But then I'm just gonna focus on Willow Creek, because I know there's gold in there just from records and people talking and asking locals. So I'm just gonna try to find somewhere closer to town. I'm getting a little far from town, and wherever I do find gold, I want it to be close. So there might be gold that way, but if there is right now, I don't really want to know about it. So Get you some Willow Creek footage here soon. Well, I arrived at this place, side of the road, wanted to check out, and pretty much I decided to sink a pan right there, right before this bend, and a couple good little pieces came up. Just 3 decent little sized pieces. So I'm going to keep that place in mind just in case there might be more there. And probably going to test a little bit more around this bend. Maybe into this grass. There's a bunch of clay right in here, so might see what's going on in there. But I'll get back with you. Well, I've been testing. I haven't been seeing a whole lot. I came to this bar where there's just a ton of black sand. Dug in there a little ways. Found a few good pieces. Nothing at all to brag about. But at least I'm finding gold. Just a matter of narrowing down where it's at. So I don't even think I can set up a sluice box here. Might work my way down this way a little bit and see what we see. Either way, I'm prospecting in Alaska and I'm having a good time. Well, I'm at a different area of the river because this is the only spot I can manage to set up a sluice box. Whether I like it or not, I'm limited to this area. So let's do some more test panning. Well, I just turned over this rock and filled up the bucket about halfway, ran it. Wasn't running that great, but I still came across some terrible glare. Here she is. Come on, baby. See if I can't focus in on that for you. Come on. There's a little bit of gold in there. It's my first good look at Alaska gold. Too bad the glare is so terrible I can't get a good shot, but I think I might run a couple more buckets if I can get this box set up better and see what comes of that. Well, that sluice box just wasn't setting up right. It's a real pain. Everything's high water right now, so it's hard to set anything up. But I'll show you what I got at the end of all that for now. I'm going to show you the inside and outside of the property. And here we are. A couple of interior flaws. Cracks in the sheetrock, probably from the roof settling. Comes with a electric heater, that's nice. End up putting a stove in here at some point though. This first section is the oldest part of the building. I think it's about 15 years old. And the bedroom, I believe, is the newest edition, probably about 10 years. These pretty cool beams that they installed into here. The walls are very thick. I like that, double walled, good insulation in there. So, not a bad deal. Well, first things first, this place came with a nice little tool shed. Previous owner also left a fridge and kind of some junk, a mattress, blankets, drawers. But it's a perfect little shack. Could even probably sleep some people up there if you had to. But got all my tools set in here comfortably. Nothing better than having a good tool shed in Alaska. Now I'll kind of show you a quick little glimpse of the roof, just to give you an idea what we're working with. Basically, that's what the whole first top 4 feet looked like. So I ripped it all off, replaced it with good sheets, more bracing, 2x4, 2x6, and that's the inside. Had to replace the ridge beam, and so that's the project. Not too bad. I'm gonna get a little more work done and get back with you. I fell a couple of these trees just because they were a little old, leaning, and had me a little nervous for the safety of the buildings, so took them down. Well, here's a little bit of what I got running around. Some of it was off film, so I didn't get to get a shot of me attempting the sluice and doing test pans and everything, but you guys got to see a little bit, and it looks like a lot, but it's really not. So, but I'm happy. I got Alaska gold right here. I'm gonna take it home, put it in a nice little jar for keepsake, and I had a blast. Well, we're shutting everything down. Got the truck up on blocks and just a little tarp over it to keep from any too much water getting in there. It's gonna stay here over the winter, and everything's locked up. Roof is all done, dried in, tar papered off, double tarped, everything. I just didn't want to put any shingles on it because I'm gonna sheet metal it, so I just want it to hang out for another winter, and then I'm gonna get some sheet metal on her so she's good. So I really appreciate you guys all coming along for this trip that I've been planning for a long time. Not everything went as I wanted to go. Couldn't get my pistol, so I really didn't want to do too much exploring. Everybody in the area, all the locals I talked to said, don't venture away from the road if you don't have a gun. Bear mace just infuriates them, they say. It's just not worth it. So I'm gonna work on figuring out how to get a shotgun or pistol or something up here for next season, so I don't run into that issue again. But now everything is set. I mean, I got a vehicle here. The roof is good. Just needs a little bit more work. Now it's all just enjoying the property, and I can come up here anytime I want. Fly up here. I might come at the end of the year before snowfall if I want, or hold out until next year and have a better game plan and prospect a whole lot more. I just didn't get to do the fun things that I really wanted to do, I had to focus on that roof and establishing the truck. Those were really the main priorities. So mission accomplished in that sense. Um, my flight, I'm about to fly out of here, and let's see, it is the 6th. So I've been here for 3 weeks, well, including the drive through Canada. And so now I'm going to meet back up with Buffalo Chris. We're going to hopefully get this dredging season going and get as much gold as we can, and put Alaska on hold for a little bit, just till things kind of even out a little bit. So once again, thanks for coming along. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video, and be ready for what's coming up the rest of the summer.